The new Nintendo Direct at E3 is going down tomorrow. What are we gonna see? Is it gonna be new Pokemon footage for Legends Arceus, Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl? Are we gonna get new Legend of Zelda information? Maybe some Smash characters, and much, much more. Let's break it all down and see what we are expecting for E3.
Butterfree, go!
Yo, whoa, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka A-Drop, bringing you guys a brand new video today, and today we are breaking down our bold predictions and expectations for Nintendo's E3 presentation going down tomorrow, Tuesday the 15th here in June. It's an exciting time to be a Nintendo fan as there have been tons of rumors and speculations about what Nintendo is going to announce, and from my understanding, a lot of E3 has been a bit of a disappointment, so I think a lot of fans are hoping that Nintendo is going to carry the rest of the squad on their backs and carry us to some really, really great titles coming out in 2021 and headed into 2022. For those who don't know, Nintendo did come out on the 2nd of the month and said that they're going to have roughly 40 minutes of info exclusively on Nintendo Switch software, mostly releasing in 2021, and then they're going to follow that up with about 3 hours of gameplay for the Nintendo Treehouse Live, which is when they kind of talk and experiment and play through the different games and talk about the titles that are going to be coming out. So I'm going to break down a handful of different things in this video for you guys. I hope you guys enjoy it. If you do, be sure to like the video down below and make sure you guys subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so yet, as I'll be covering all this information. I'm actually going to be streaming the E3 Direct from the G Fuel channel over on Twitch tomorrow, so make sure you guys tune in for that. It's going to be a lot of fun, and let me know what your bold predictions are or what you want to see most from Nintendo's E3 presentation in the comments section below. Let's start with Pokemon. So as of right now, there's been a lot of talks about Pokemon, and historically, Pokemon and Nintendo have kind of done their presentations separately. We've talked a lot on the channel about how we've been thinking there was going to be a Pokemon Presents at some point, and there is some precedence to expect that there could be a Pokemon Presents the following week from E3. So while I do think there's a very decent chance that we get some information regarding Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl coming out later this year, and even Pokemon Legends Arceus coming out next year, I think there's also still the chance that they kind of hold off from that information and rather just say, hey, there's going to be a Pokemon Presents next week, and we're going to talk about the Pokemon stuff then. So again, very, very interesting. We normally see this Pokemon information come on its own, sometimes before E3. In recent years, after E3, there's a chance that they don't give us anything for Pokemon. So just temper your expectations tomorrow. If this E3 comes out and there is nothing about Pokemon, it just means that they're probably going to do a massive presentation for Pokemon separate from E3. But if they do give us some Pokemon information, I think it'll probably more so focus on Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl if they have any new news to convey to us. Otherwise, they may tease some Legends of Arceus coming out next January, and I think that that could actually tie into the new hardware for all of the Nintendo Switch rumors that we've been hearing about a new Nintendo Switch. And speaking of that new Nintendo Switch, a lot of people are still curious as to why that has not been announced yet. We have so much reason to believe from different manufacturers and different news outlets that a new Nintendo Switch is in the works, and even GameStop put out this interesting promo the other day that apparently leaked it, saying that they were gonna, you could trade in certain systems towards the purchase of a new Nintendo Switch. You actually get a $50 credit. They since backpedaled and said that the language was wrong, but again, a lot of things pointing towards this new 4K Nintendo Switch, and it would make sense that they could potentially announce it at E3. It's been teased for a while, and people have been expecting it for weeks now, but we've got nothing yet. So we'll have to see if they're going to announce that. I think if they're going to announce it, they'll announce it in kind of conjunction with new footage from different games that are going to be coming out. And I think that could very much so tie into the Legend of Zelda 35th anniversary and Breath of the Wild 2. So talking on the topic of Legend of Zelda, we know it is the 35th year anniversary, and we know that there's going to be a Skyward Sword HD remake coming in July, but there's been a lot of talks about Breath of the Wild 2. A couple years ago, we got a little bit of a teaser from it, but not really any gameplay footage or anything concrete. So now people are expecting that there's got to be something regarding Breath of the Wild 2. Will they finally give us a teaser trailer? Will they finally give us a release date? I think it's kind of unlikely that it comes out this fall, but it is possible. This could be an early release for next year in Q1, like late Q1, kind of a few months after Legends Arceus. But almost certainly, if there is indeed this new Nintendo Switch, there's going to be some sort of compatibility with the new Switch in Breath of the Wild 2 and the new Switch in Legends Arceus. It just makes way too much sense for that not to be the case. We've seen some different GameStop bundles that have come out with this poster for the Legend of Zelda 35th anniversary, and we know that GameStop is actually going to be doubling their employees for the Nintendo Direct release, I believe. So it's very possible there's going to be some serious pre-orders going on there. Keep your eye out for some more Legend of Zelda news, as it is that big 35th year anniversary. From there, we turn the tide to Splatoon 3. Splatoon 3 has already been announced and teased, and we know that it's coming out in 2022, which could be next year. And while the Nintendo Direct is focusing on titles mostly in 2021, it does say that there are going to be some things that they're touch on for 2022, and Splatoon 3 could be one of those titles. So we'll have to keep our eyes out for that. I have played both Splatoons. I think it's a fun game, but it's not exactly the super highest thing on my list, but I do think there's a possibility that we'll get some new gameplay footage for Splatoon 3. Moving on from Splatoon, I think there's a really good chance that we're gonna get our 2 new Smash Brothers characters. Sakurai confirmed that there were gonna be 2 more characters added to Smash Brothers, and we don't know what they're gonna be. A lot of speculation around Waluigi and a handful of other things, and you guys can let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I'm not super tuned in with the Smash Brothers hype, but it is very likely that we do get 2 new Smash Brothers characters, or at least one of them revealed during E3. That's always one of their big kind of like trump cards that they can play and really get people hyped up. So you may get one Smash character that's like kind of, oh, okay, that's cool, and then one that's gonna blow people's minds. So definitely keep an eye out for new Smash Brothers characters. What's kind of funny is this next title we're gonna talk about, Mario Rabbids 2, has already been leaked, so it's very likely to get some gameplay for that. A few days ago, it kind of was leaked by Ubisoft that Mario Rabbids 2 was gonna be coming out. A lot of people were like, oh, we thought that was gonna be part of the Nintendo presentation. So we might see some new information or gameplay footage from Mario Rabbids. Maybe that's gonna be a part of the Treehouse Live. That was a title that came out a couple years ago in 2017, and this is gonna be the sequel to that. Admittedly, I never played the first one, but it got pretty good reviews, so we'll have to see how the second one plays out. People might be pretty excited about that. 2014 was the release of Mario Kart 8. I can't believe it's been that long, 2014, my goodness. And there's a lot of rumors talking about a potential Mario Kart 9 coming out later this year or early 2022. That is one of the big Nintendo titles that they could drop for the end of the year for the holiday season, and also a way to kind of sell some new Nintendo Switches. So don't be surprised if we see some new Mario Kart information with some new maps and new characters and all sorts of fun stuff. That would definitely be a pretty big bombshell drop for them there. I'm not super tuned in with the franchise, but Donkey Kong has a lot of rumors surrounding it as well. In fact, there's actually some rumors talking about the first 3D Donkey Kong style game that could be coming out, and apparently it's being developed by the Super Mario Odyssey team. So this would be a really good time. We haven't had a Donkey Kong game in a while, so this could be a really good time for them to drop a new Donkey Kong style game on the Nintendo Switch, or even a new Nintendo Switch, and again, potentially being developed by the Mario Odyssey team. And speaking of Mario Odyssey, if that is not the case, getting Mario Odyssey 2 would be massive. That game was incredible. It was one of the biggest games on the Nintendo Switch, and I think having Super Mario Odyssey 2 could be a big bombshell announcement for Nintendo at E3. The last couple things that we could see at E3, you might see something regarding Animal Crossing. Perhaps there'll be a new update time for the summer for Animal Crossing that they can kind of tease in there. We got 40 minutes of content. There could be something about Kirby. We haven't had anything about Kirby in a couple years, so we maybe get a new Kirby game. And of course, the Metroid Prime series is expecting some sort of announcements regarding Metroid Prime 4, or maybe even a 2D style Metroid Prime game. So a lot of things to be excited about headed into E3. And again, I pass the question to you guys. What are you most looking forward to? I think it's important to temper our expectations, but I do think that Nintendo is gonna drop some bombshell announcements and have some really, really big news for us tomorrow. I'm excited about it. As a Pokemon channel though, I do think it's important to remember that we may not actually get anything for Pokemon tomorrow. I would not be surprised if they simply put it in a Pokemon Presents the following week. Historically, Pokemon is not something that takes the center stage for Nintendo at these E3 presentations, and if their lineup is filled with other things like Legend of Zelda and potentially Mario games and much, much more, it's possible that they want to have Pokemon have its own spotlight the following week. So again, just temper your expectations on that. I hope I'm wrong. I'd love to get some Legends of Arceus footage and really get a better understanding of that game, and maybe some new features in Brilliant Diamond, and hopefully they got Mega Evolutions, man. I'm holding out for that. But a lot of stuff to be excited for. Again, you can watch me stream the Nintendo Direct live tomorrow from the G Fuel channel. So that's going to be really cool on Twitch if you guys want to come swing by for that. And then I'll have my thoughts and reaction uploaded here to YouTube. So make sure you guys subscribe. If you enjoyed this one, hit that like button down below. And that's going to be it for me, guys. My name is Dan. I also go by A-Drop, and I will see you guys for the Nintendo Direct at E3. Peace.